Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. This is a continuation of my craft fair series for 2019, where I show you what I'm making, how to do it for yourself, and what I am going to be selling them for at an upcoming craft show. So today, we're going to make these adorable clips. You can use them on your planners, you can use them in your Bibles, you can use them as bookmarks, of course, and they're super fun. So what I've done is you're going to need a few supplies, some glossy accents, hot glue, paper punch, a die or template for making the actual flower. This one comes, the die comes with the stamen and this little piece, which I'll show you how it's used in just a second. So, and of course you're going to use the paper clips. Now these paper clips like this one are very easy to find at like Hobby Lobby. Anytime they have their planner supplies on sale, these are on sale and they're usually with their planner stuff, so that's where you're going to look. So there you have it. Okay, so I have these jumbo paper clips right there. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this little piece that is the stamen. And I'm going to use some Stampin' Up! Ink because that's what I got. And it is, what is it? Whatever this color is. My studio lights are on right now, so it's actually so bright I can't quite see the writing. But then again, I have kind of reached this age, folks, where my vision just ain't what she used to be. So now you don't have to do either one of these steps, but I like the look of having the inked edges. And you don't want to be real heavy-handed, but I am going to decide that this is going to be the part that's inside that you're going to see the most, and then this is going to be the outside of the flower. And don't overthink this. Just sponge and go. You can die cut and crank these out in no time. And they're a lot of fun. This paper that I'm using today is from Echo Park, just so you know. And here is the little part I was telling you about. I'm just going to place this on my ink pad. And get some more color on it. This is Rosebud from Memento. And I also have a little sponge for it. If you're going to do one side, you might as well do the other. It's just that touch of color. It's not meant to be real. It's just meant to be fun. And obviously you can use whatever rolled flower die or templates you have in your collection. There are even some that are available on Cricut and on Brother Scan & Cut's website. So those are sponge. You know what? I think I'm going to add a little bit more color to the area that's going to be the stamen. Close those up and get them out of my way before I drag my hands through them. Like that would be something new. Now I'm going to take this piece right here, which is just a 1.5 inch circle punch, and I'm going to use this, what am I going to use? I'm going to use a red, this is R08 Copic marker, and you actually kind of need two of these. Right now in the video it's showing up a little orange, but the color will settle down. It doesn't have to be super even. There's no fancy blending. These are just going to be the pieces that we use to make sure that our flower will attach evenly to this paper clip. Such a fun project, I know. Okay, so here's where the magic's gonna happen. We have these 3 pieces, and somehow, there it is. I was supposed to say somehow I lost this little guy, but here's this little guy. Now remember, I want this side to be inside of my flower. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put a little drop or 2, even just a little line, it doesn't have to be a lot, of Glossy Accents. It just happens to be what's on my desk. There's no, big fuss and muss over this. And I'm going to roll this in on itself. Okay, so that is rolled, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little dab of glue right here on the end, and I'm going to basically follow the curve with just a tiniest little bead of the Glossy Accents. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. So what I like to do is grab my stamen, and we're going to start rolling this flower using this as the base, if you will. Every once in a while, you want to put some more glue down. And keep following it around that circle. You don't want it too tight, but you don't want it necessarily to come undone either. You can make a package of these in different color cardstocks or pattern papers or whatever you'd like. You can add a rosette to the package and have like 2 or 3 of them, whatever you want to do. And as you can see, that middle is where it belongs. You may also want to go ahead and take a little piece of cardstock. This is actually my business card, I know. And punch out a piece. You'll never see this, so you don't really need to do anything to it. But it's nice to kind of help keep this piece stable, and that's like way too much glue. So I'm going to stick this on here. And if you're wanting this to really be fancy, go ahead and put some glue on the little fingers, whatever you want to call them. Pick this up. You're going to take them and push them into your flower just like this. You're going to be here for a few minutes. Get comfortable. So while you're holding this in one hand, if you are ambidextrous or ambidextrous, however you say it, you're going to want to go ahead and put some hot glue on one side of this little piece. And I make sure that the end that will clip over a paper is down, just like that. Make sure that that's going to stay in place. I'm going to unglue myself from the bottom piece and put that aside for a second. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. If you're not comfortable that that's going to stay, then go ahead and add some more glue. And you can use regular glue. Use what you got. You guys know how I am with this kind of stuff. And then just line it up so that it's sandwiched that paper clip between the two pieces. At this point, it's really kind of on the warm side, so be careful. Just saying. Alright, so there that is. Now, I'm going to take my hot glue and put one little drop right there. Eyeball this for center. And let that set up for just a minute or two. You want it not to be moving around anymore before you shape the petals. And there are several ways to shape your petals. You can do it with your hands. You can turn it upside down and smash it on your desk, whatever you want. So you can just kind of press the petals down. What I like to do is just take them one at a time and start rolling them down so it looks like a real flower. Okay, let's do another one real quick. You can use whatever paper clips you have once again. This time I'm going to use an RV34. The flower that I'm going to use for this particular clip has already been formed. You're just going to gently manipulate the petals into the placement that you want. No big deal. I will leave a link down below for the glue gun that I like. It is a SureBonder Pro. This is the kind that the guys use, ladies, in their construction work. I'm going to go on and color this little piece, even though I don't think you're going to see it, but just in case. Oh, this one's already got one. Okay, so we're going to take our little hot glue right there in the middle, add our little dot, and add some in the center. And there you have it. I'm going to get everything ready for the packaging, and we'll be back in just a minute. For the packaging, I'm using a clear bag. This is from clearbags.com. It basically will hold a card that's 6 by 6. I've gone ahead and cut a piece of cardstock that's going to coordinate with my topper down to 5 7/8 square. I went ahead and I made another clip with a different dies. This one's a little smaller than the other two. I kind of like that, actually. Thinking about doing it this way. Kind of like a small, medium, and a large. I'm going to go ahead and I should have put this on my list of supplies, but you're going to really want a removable glue dot of some kind. And you're just going to put that on the back. I find that if you press that down, just kind of count to 3, it will transfer a little better. And I like to kind of dry fit these, for lack of a better word. Same thing with the guy in the middle here. I'm going to take these and just simply put them in my packaging. I should have made sure that these were stuck down better than I did, but that's okay. You can learn from my mistake. So that's the front. Turn it over and remove the strip. So now I'm going to use some pattern. This is actually the pattern right here. This is from Bella Boulevard. And I'm going to cut this to about 6 1/8 by 3 inches. You'll notice I just used a scrap. So what I'm going to do is, instead of worrying about whether or not this is going to really fit and be like frou-frou, I'm just going to take this and crease it along this edge. Okay, now that I have this creased, I'm going to go ahead and staple this into place. Now I'm going to grab a little piece of ribbon to decorate the topper with. This is actually just a piece of cardstock that I laminated, and that's, I wrapped my ribbon around it. As you can see, it's come undone slightly here. I like the red. I think I'm going to use this piece right here. I'm going to make sure that this doesn't come undone. A little dab of hot glue will do that. And I'm going to go ahead and get a bow cut from my pattern cardstock to use on my topper as well. This large bow die is from Pink and Main. Just in case you guys have forgotten how to do these, you put a little dab of glue right there in the center and one right there. You can bring this one to the middle first, and then this one comes down. And you want to choose whichever side you like showing. In this case, I am going to use the same pattern side up. Place that down for just a second and glue this piece. So once you have the glue onto this piece, it becomes the wrap. You're just going to squeeze that into place and hold it there for just a second. Meanwhile, while that sets up for just a second, I'm going to put just enough hot glue into place. Wrap this around. Let those two meet in the middle, so to speak. And fluff up the bow. We're going to attach this into place with some hot glue. Put that into place and hold it there until it dries. I plan to charge $4.50 to $5 a piece for these. Anyway, that's my price. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give me a thumbs up. Share my videos on your social media. And if you'd like to, and you haven't already, hit the little bell and you will be notified when I upload videos. Stay happy and be a blessing. I'll see you soon. Bye.